We are just hours away from a potential shutdown of the TTC. The strike deadline for 12,000 TTC workers is approaching at midnight, and the union representing them says talks have hit an impasse. We have Municipal Affairs reporter Shawn Jeffords here to give us the latest update. And Shawn, what are you hearing from the union?
Well, Kelda, we have just moments ago received a statement from the union, an update, and they are still holding fast, saying they plan to go on strike at 12:01 tonight. They said there has just not been enough progress in these discussions, that job security, benefits, wages, these issues have not been resolved at the bargaining table, and that they are continuing to talk. But obviously there is clear frustration here on the part of the ATU, which, as you said, represents thousands of frontline transit workers. Let's hear from the head of the union, Marvin Alfred, earlier today.
Why are they stonewalling us at the bargaining table? Because of interference. We can't tell you how many people are interfering, but the real stakeholders need to be at the table in order to avert a strike and get a deal. It seems as though there's an impasse to get a deal. Anything that we get, anything that we achieve has strings attached and is not authentic. Do not tell me you're going to bargain and offer me something that has so many strings attached that I can't bring to the membership. This executive board and bargaining team can't bring it to the membership authentically because they will vote it down. Our members are hip as to what's going on. They've directed us to come and get a deal they can be proud of. Again, we've lost the right to strike for a number of years, fought to have it back, and our members, again, have instilled upon us to make sure we bring back a deal, or it will not be ratified.
So there you can hear Alfred is saying even if a deal is brought in this condition with these particular strings attached, he's not convinced that his members would actually ratify it. So clearly a lot of work still yet to do tonight, Kelda.
Yeah. And Shawn, we've heard from the union. What is the TTC saying this afternoon about the talks?
Now, they're striking a much more optimistic tone. They're saying that they still believe that a deal can be struck, that they are at the table currently, and they will continue to be there into the evening hours. And frankly, they would negotiate past that 12:01 deadline. So obviously, the TTC is saying they think there is room still for a deal, and they're at the table.
And Shawn, if workers do walk off the job, what will things look like tomorrow for commuters?
Well, in short, it'll be a real mess, Kelda. I mean, the system really can't run without these 12,000 workers. These are frontline operators who, obviously are in the vehicles. They run the system and they maintain the safety of the system. So the TTC's been very clear it can't operate it without them. But now you've got the TTC chair, Jamal Myers, who has said, the strike could happen and people should have plan Bs. That might be carpooling, that might be taking GO Transit, might be working from home if you can. But let's hear from TTC riders, the transit advocates, Sheila Pisey-Allen, talking about the impact to transit riders.
People cannot afford to lose a day's pay. People cannot afford to take a taxi or take an Uber. And, this is going to be incredibly disruptive but it's not too late to avert a strike. We're asking people to pick up the phone and call the mayor, call the TTC CEO and ask them to negotiate a fair deal.
So clearly there's a lot of pressure being brought to bear on the Mayor Chow, the TTC, from transit riders and the transit ridership group there. A little bit more pressure out from Queen's Park today. Sources telling CBC Toronto that there may not be quick back-to-work legislation if workers walk out tonight, that the government fears that the government recognizes, I should say, that the bar is quite high now for back-to-work legislation, and it may not come immediately, it may not come for weeks yet. So we'll have to really see what the result of these negotiations are later on tonight, if there is a strike, if they can strike a deal before that midnight deadline.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see. Just hours to go. Thanks so much, Shawn. Our Municipal Affairs reporter, Shawn Jeffords.